Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is a fun little hot tent overnighter just before spring and summer really transitions to warm temperatures. So to give you guys an idea, today it is plus 15 degrees Celsius, which is actually quite warm. Boomer does not have his sweater on. However, tonight it is going down to a brisk plus 4 degrees Celsius. We are in an ocean area, so the ocean's just off to the side. I have camped here many times before, and today's plan was actually to camp out on the water, but it is very, very windy out there, so we've come back into the woodland area just to shelter from some of the wind, because this tent does like to catch a lot of wind, so it needs to be sheltered. So speaking of the tent, you guys can see this has quite a unique design to it. It does not come like this. I did modify it into a hot tent, if anybody's wondering, but I do have the vestibule area and the large tent area for two reasons. One, I wanted a lot of living space to do cooking and have a fire. Two, there is rain in the forecast. Now, I have not been lucky with the weather forecast lately, so who knows? It might be sunny, it might be windy, it might be rainy. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I do know one thing, that wood stove needs some wood in it, and I need a hot drink. So let's get started. All right, everybody, I've got a cup of hot coffee on the go right now, and it is definitely cozy warm inside of the vestibule with that stove rocking out some heat. So the temperature has actually gone down to 10 degrees Celsius already, and I can noticeably feel a difference in the air temperature coming off the ocean. So I've got a feeling tonight the stove's actually going to be quite enjoyable. Now, the reason I brought it is not to stay warm, it's to cook and keep my clothing dry if it does rain, and it's a fun excuse to just get out for one last hot tent trip. Fingers crossed. So, we will see what happens with the future forecast, but the stove is definitely going to be fun this evening. So, I have a full cup of coffee. I'm going to kick back and relax for a few moments with Boomer and enjoy this coffee, and then right after that, as it is later in the day than I anticipated, I do need to gather some actual real firewood. Luckily, last time I was camped in this area, I cut, but I did not split a number of logs. I'm going to collect those. They're only about 100 yards away from here. I'm going to collect those and then bring them back over here, split those down, process them for the wood stove this evening, and then I can start on supper. So, hot coffee, guys. I'm going to kick back and relax. All right, everybody, supper is all finished with, and evening is right upon us. The sun has gone down. Unfortunately, there was no sunset. It is still quite bright out there, but in the forest right now, it's actually quite dark. So I've got my light on, I've got the wood stove cranked up. I did process a little bit more firewood. If you guys can make out the little mound of wood here. I found some pretty decent hard softwood, if that makes any sense. It's all softwood, but it's really, really dense stuff that is dry. So, damping the stove down, it's actually burning really, really good. Not a lot of sparks are spitting out, so I don't have to worry about the tent getting any melting holes in it. However, when you go hot tenting, that's just part of the game. Eventually it's going to happen. So I carry a little tube of silicone and a couple patches of duct tape. Just put it on the tent if and when accidents happen. So far, so good though. It does feel like rain is going to come. I can feel it in the air. The sky is just flat gray right now, and I can feel that cold kind of dampness setting in. So fingers crossed we get rain. I've been waiting for it. Last trip I got robbed of it, so this time I'm really, really hoping I get some rain. So I'm going to be chilling out here for a few more moments. I've got a hot ginger drink right now. I'm going to sit back, enjoy this. I can hear the ocean waves in the distance, and I can hear the songbirds off this way in the forest. So it's kind of an interesting mix, and the crackling of the stove, of course. Boomer has clunked out. He's been running zoomies all around the tent for about an hour. He is passed out now, so I think he's going to be done for the evening. We'll probably see him early in the morning. He didn't even finish his food. That's how crazy excited he was, just out here running, chasing sticks and birds and squirrels and stuff. So I imagine he'll be hungry in the morning, so I'll set that in the vestibule for him later on. And keep an eye on it that squirrels don't come in and take it, because they are known to do that. So I'm going to finish up my drink, enjoy the heat from this fire, and I'll catch you guys inside in a few minutes. Alright guys, crawling inside of the tent now. The wood stove is stoked up and it is rocking with some very, very comfortable heat. There is a cool breeze coming across the ocean, which is coming in underneath the skirt of the tent, which is really refreshing right now. Boomer is totally out. He won't even come inside of the tent right now. I'm just going to leave him there, probably leave this open. The bugs are holding off, so we still do not have ticks or mosquitoes out yet, so leaving the mesh open is really not going to be that bad tonight. It'll actually make things easier reaching out, putting wood inside of the stove. I am going to be up for a little while watching a movie I have saved to my phone, so I'm basically just going to turn in for the evening. I just wanted to give you guys a look at the tent and let you know everything's going really well. So I'm going to head off to my movie and basically just kick back and enjoy the night, and I'll catch up with you guys first thing in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is a crisp and cool and a little bit wet of a morning today. So, as you guys can probably pick out very subtly, there is quite a bit of water on the outside of the tent. It did rain last night. It did rain very early in the morning, and it was just spitting with rain moments ago. The sky is total gray out, and it is definitely going to open up today. So, I am going to hurry up and enjoy my coffee because today is actually going to be a very quick have coffee, a little bit of breakfast, burn out the stove, pack up the tent. I want to beat the rain if possible, so I've got 2 pieces of wood I just loaded in the stove. That'll burn out rather quickly, and then I can get the stove out and just continue packing up. But last night was absolutely relaxing. The sound of the rain hitting the tent, the sound of the waves, the sound of the wood stove, and watching the light dance all around the tent walls, the crackling and popping was absolutely awesome, and I'm going to miss it. But that's what makes it even that much better, because when fall rolls around, we'll be back out hot tenting again. So have a nice little break over the summer, get out, explore, and get back into hot tenting in the fall and the winter. So hot coffee for this morning, beautiful fire flickering away. Cheers, guys. Good morning, and let's have this and then start the pack up process. All right, everybody, we've got everything totally packed up. As you can see, there is a pretty large pile of firewood left over that we're not going to need. But everything is in the backpack, and everything went really well. It is actually starting to drizzle with rain very lightly, so I think I lucked in. I do have a rain jacket packed in the top of my backpack, so if I need it, I can pull it out. As of right now, it's starting to warm up. It's about 8 degrees Celsius, so I think it's going to be nice out today. It's cloudy, it's overcast, a little bit of a breeze, and it is time to get out of here. So I thank you guys very much for joining us on this adventure. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. And until next time, peace out. We'll catch you in the next adventure.